Hey everyone, this video is going to be a pretty surprising one. I know I'm known for my quote-unquote family-friendly content, but this one has some trigger warnings, so I'm giving you a heads up before proceeding. Don't blame me if you get too shocked seeing the content, even to the point where you're almost puking, even though most of it is just text on the screen. I also don't condone harassment of any of the people mentioned here, nor do I mean any harm or offense. This is going to be a quick video, you need not worry about me ranting. If you're not up to date on the situation, then let me give you a brief summary. Some of you will know that I used to be part of a group called Curse Gang, or CG for short, which consisted of 6 members but is now 5. With Mr. Black M, or Black M, being the owner and leader, we had a channel that currently has over 5K subs and posted multiplayer 2.2 Geometry Dash videos. There's also a Discord server for CG. In the first few months, I had little to no problems with being in the group, but when the channel and Discord server blew up, was when things started to go wrong. On the surface, CG may appear as just a group that makes GD multiplayer videos, but there's so much more going on underground. I take moderation quite seriously. Blackham would basically prevent me and many other moderators from doing our jobs, and not only that, but he also used to give out some pretty unfair and biased punishments. At one point, when one of my friends, Julius, who was a moderator as well, and a pretty good one at that, tried to improve the chaotic conditions of the server, he was almost what do you call that? Instantly demoted the moment Blackham went online. But why would you let this particular reason affect you so much that you would have to leave, I hear you asking? Well, it's not just because I take moderation seriously, it's also because of what that lack of moderation has led to. The constant rule breaking and discomforting conversations, the membershipping, the slurs, toxicity, death threats, etc. It was a cesspool of inhumane conversations. At one point, I left the official server, but not CG as a whole at the time, and it pretty much delved into chaos. Black M was doing his best to persuade me not to leave, so I didn't leave, but decided not to moderate the server anymore because of how much I was being prevented from doing even that. I also highly reduced my activity. What caused me to finally leave CG altogether? The current members refer to my complete leave as the May 9th incident. This was when I realized that, albeit Blackham's claims to do better, almost absolutely nothing has changed. The community was still as uncomfortable as ever. Blackham was pulling an ad misericordium. After months of consideration and reconsideration, I came to the conclusion that maybe it isn't healthy to stay in an environment like this. So I left without hesitation. I asked Julius to announce my leave for me since I had already left the server. Some of the other members were also threatening to leave the group for basically the same reason, but I was the only one so far who made a firm decision and took action. A lot of things happened after I left. The majority of video ideas have been scrapped, a huge bunch of emojis were removed, video series such as GD Multiverse and Blessed Gang have been postponed and rewritten, SciPred's experiments videos have been completely cancelled, anything that ensures I am completely disassociated from CG. Not many people know that I was forced into joining CG instead of being convinced to join CG, and at the time I gave in, it was because from first impression it seemed really cool and it used to be fun. But sadly, even though it has gained popularity, it has also accumulated a toxic and unhealthy environment, one which I do not want to enter again. It really is a shame. I did state that I may be coming back once the entire situation has changed, but so far, after discussions with people like Julius, I might not even return.
So Mr. Black really doesn't like it when we do anything good for the community or any changes that is important for the community. He has favoritism towards some members, and also he he thinks that he deserves everything. So he feels like he's a pharaoh or like a king, and he doesn't want to listen to any other people. It's like a spoiled child. It could be easily fixed if there's this two things in my mind. First of all, it's either Mr. Black and leaves CG, or all of the CG members decide to stop Mr. Blackham and help him from changing to change. So yeah, because Mr. Blackham doesn't really want to change. He doesn't show any improvement for the past few weeks. He has to change by being helped or doing it alone. Yeah, but seriously, Mr. Blackham needs help. It's actually it has good people in it. It has good intention people for the community, but it just turned out to be toxic because the way of how the leader of the community is. So if Mr. Blackham is a bad faith or bad actor, bad he has bad intention for the community, like being a hypocrite or being toxic, the community will follow like what he's doing. For example, like Nico Cado being a mukbang YouTuber, and other YouTubers started to join him to be mukbang. So it's like everybody's following what he's doing. So the community is following what Mr. Blackham's doing, as well as being toxic, and that's why everything in the chat would be furry, horny things like saying, uh, uh, ooh, daddy, black, Mr. Black M, or something like that. It's because of how Mr. Black M interacts with the community.
I know some of you want me to return, but I prefer the preservation of mental health over ideas and recognition in the bad environment. And I know CG will be able to fare well without me, though I am aware my decision was a huge blow to the members and its community. That's it. Goodbye.